Okay, I know Halloween was like what, a week and a half ago. I don't know. I didn't really do this for Halloween, even though it was perfect timing. I really wanted to make a mask that fits exactly someone's face. And you know those videos that adults take advantage of having kids around? They kind of do a collaboration of drawing. Like the kid will start the drawing and then the adult will finish the drawing. So I wanted to do something like that. I wanted to take advantage of having a niece around that likes to draw. So I printed out this mask for my niece and she filled out the color, and I had this whole plan of taking her mask and making it, forming it into her face or something. But I lost the one that she sketched, so I had to reprint it and fill in an empty one. That doesn't really make it much of a collaboration. But I did form it to her face. I didn't use her actual face to form the mask. I'm not irresponsible. I know I'm the crazy young aunt that teaches her nephews and nieces how to do crazy stuff that they're not supposed to, like pick up something off the floor and eat it. But I love the kids, so I don't want to put them in danger or anything. I just want them to be crazy so that I'm not the only crazy one. Yeah, so the one that she filled in, that she colored, my niece, got destroyed or got thrown away or something. So I had to reprint it and then do it again. But I did use a mask of my niece's face that I made out of gypsum. I love how the mask came out. And I mean, you know, the one of her face. My niece loves unicorns. I guess like every girl and boy out there around the age of 5 to 10 should love unicorns, right? They're fun. So I wanted to surprise her with this mask. That's perfect for her face. So I'm attaching the unicorn horn, and then I'm starting to attach the flowers onto the mask to give it a... Like I wanted the mask to be made out of flowers and leaves and stuff. There's this artist. I don't know exactly how she does it. I didn't look her up for the video. I should have, I guess. Yeah, I don't know exactly what her process is, but she makes some sculpture out of small elements. Like she'll make a fox out of flowers or out of small things that kind of form what she wants to make. And I saw her work. I discovered her work a few years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing, I have to do it. But then I never had the way to do it, and I never really had any ideas of my own. I didn't want to just recreate what she did. I figured, okay, the way she did it was cut out plaster sheet and then hydrate it and give it some form and then put everything together. That seemed like the easy way for me. But I wanted to kind of make it my own. So when I decided to make this mask for my niece, I thought, yeah, why not kind of adjust that technique to to my own strengths, like to my own capabilities. So I kind of did it. Maybe I should have spent a little more time on it. This took about an hour to do. Maybe like if I had spent 2 hours to make more detailed flowers, and maybe I should have used the 3-doodler. Like for stuff like this, it would have been a really cool outcome with the colors and everything. Maybe I could add stuff to it, like after the video is done. The hardest part about this whole process is blowing hot air onto these things because it burns my fingers. It's worse than getting burned by the tip of the pen because it's a slow rise of temperature that you can feel, but you can't really do anything about it because there's no other way for the thing to get hot and so you can give it some shape. So you kind of have to burn your fingers to do that. But it's okay. Maybe someday I'll find the way. I know this was a short video and I hope you enjoyed it. I loved making it. And I'll be back next week for something crazy. Stick around. Don't forget to press the subscribe button and click the little bell right next to it. I'll see you guys next week.